Hi, this is Gina Garcia with IH10 Realty. Today, I'm going to show you that we have all of the inventory in San Antonio. Now, we have a lot of inventory, 7,000, 8,000, almost up to $10,000, 10,000 homes, in San Antonio and the surrounding areas. So we even have Houston. So if you're looking for Houston area, we can actually find some houses in there as well. My primary area, of course, is in San Antonio, New Braunfels. I can do some Helotes area because I do a lot of Helotes, Boerne, and maybe even go down to Lytle and Elmendorf and those kind of areas there. But if we're going anywhere outside, like close to Austin or Houston or anything like that, we have some of the houses in there in our MLS, but majority of my area is going to be here in San Antonio. Okay. So I want to show you what we have here as far as MLS. Okay, so this is our MLS system here. And when we do searches, we can do searches for single family, we can do searches for condominium, all that kind of stuff. Now, if you look here, we've got a lot of inventory. Okay. Now, that's a lot of inventory. So when people ask me for houses that are like anything under 325 or anything, in San Antonio under 200 or whatever, this is, you're going to get a lot of homes. So it doesn't really make sense if you're looking for something, or say you want a 3 bedroom, 2 bath, and you want it to be on this side of town or the northwest side of town, or even if you do a zip code, you can get still a lot of homes. So I always try to narrow it down to get you specifically what you're looking for. Because if I send you stuff that's going to be 1,000 to, I don't know, several thousands of homes, you're going to get frustrated, and it's a lot of houses to see. So of course we tailor it to try to take anything out of active option and active RFR, which means that they're under contract, which will take it down to 58,000, which is still, still quite a bit of homes. Um, One of the other things too is that we can pull Houston area, but I don't work Houston. Houston is way too far for me to go. So I will tailor it down to the MLS here in Sabor. Okay, so that's our Sabor MLS. But if you look at that Sabor MLS, that takes us down to 13,785. So that's still quite a bit of homes. Okay. And then of course, now we're talking about pricing. We can do pricing, anywhere from 200 to say 350. Now it takes you down to 6,000, 131. That's still a lot of houses. You can take it down from 1 story to 2 story. We can also do school district. If you're looking for a certain, say, elementary school or something like that, we can go by school, elementary, high school, middle, school district, that kind of thing. So we can do that. We can also go into the map area, and we can map the area so that we can say, okay, you want to be close to certain address, just say you want to be close to, or maybe say you want to be close to Helotes, and Helotes is like right over here, and we could do the Helotes area. Or maybe you just want to do, like, say you want to do Crown Ridge, and we can go ahead and we can mark the map, and we can come up with houses in the map area. Of course, you can see in here, there's only 3 of them for sale, right? Which is kind of ironic because there's only 3 for sale right now. So we can do something like that. Let me edit this and take this out of here. We can also go in, as I was telling you, we could do the city as well. So if you're looking to say you really want to be in just Helotes and nowhere else, then we can do Helotes. So there's so many different ways to put searches in, and you can see in Helotes there's 10 matches right now between 200 and 350, which is actually pretty cool. So there's a lot of ways to do searches, but when you tell me that you want to have something under, you know, under like 350 or 200, or you want to be somewhere between, 300 and 400, you want to get very specific on the search. That's why I always try to reach out to you so I can find out exactly what the specifics are. So I can find you exactly what you're looking for. If I send you, several hundreds of houses, it could be frustrating, and it could be very distracting because there's just so many in the MLS. And so I'm trying to narrow down your searches to find you exactly what you're looking for. Now, the good thing about this too is if you're saying, oh, well, I really want a new house, I really don't want pre-existing. So we can even go in here and do, let's see here. We can even do pre-existing, or we could do brand new. So if we do pre-owned, that gives us pre-owned. If we do new, then it gives us just new houses. Of course, in Helotes under 350, that's not going to get us anything because there's nothing in there that's going to be that low in price. Let's see here. And there we go. We've got new, we got no price on this one here. We've got no Helotes, we don't have anything specifics, but we're looking at new. Okay. So if you look at that, we got new houses in San Antonio, 17,803 houses new. Okay. So you can really like formulate these searches to be whatever you want them to be, but you just got to get very specific with me and tell me what it is you want. And then you got to give me some references. Tell me like where your variances are. Are you okay with doing, instead of a 3-bedroom, maybe a 4-bedroom, instead of 2,000 square feet, maybe you're ready to go like 1,800 to like maybe 2,100 or something like that. Because sometimes if you narrow it too much, then you only get like 1 or 2 houses. But if you have some kind of like variance, give or take a couple of hundred, of square feet, or maybe the area, or maybe right outside some area, that could help as well. But what reason I wanted to show you all this is because there are a lot of houses in San Antonio. So when people ask me for matches, in San Antonio, and they just send me a search, asking for, like say 3-bedroom, 2-bath, and they want to be under a certain square feet, there's just so many available. And it's like, I'm trying to get specific here so I can give you exactly what you're looking for and not make you frustrated when you're having to look through thousands of houses to find what you're looking for. So details do matter. Details really matter. Now, the other thing I wanted to show you was this here. Now, this is also dedicated website for us realtors for all brand new houses. So if you look in here, we can also do searches on brand new houses. And this is just built, new builds, So if there is a builder who's building and has lots for sale, you can go in here and you can actually find houses based on whatever inventory there's available. Okay. You can find out, like you can see there's inventory of 4566. That means there's inventory that's ready to move into. Okay. And you can do plans based on plans, price it to bedrooms, or price it, to square feet, bedrooms, bathrooms, stories, if you're looking for a 1-story. And let's see here, it gives me 2,386. So, and it gives me all the pricing in here of all these different houses, but it's all over San Antonio and New Braunfels, San Marcos, and all that area there. So this is all our area here. So when you're looking at new houses, I have a lot of inventory when it comes to new homes as well, to be built to all the way to where there's inventory available. So this is one of the things that I wanted to mention out to y'all, because I think a lot of times when people go on to Zillow or they go to realtor.com, they think, oh, everything's on the search engine. I could just look. And then after a while, people get really frustrated. They're like, I'm looking at all these houses and I'm in Redfin and all this. They only give you a section of houses, not everything. And sometimes what you end up finding, on Redfin, you find on realtor.com, you find on this search engine, you find on that search engine, and all of a sudden you get very frustrated. Our MLS has everything and anything that's available for sale. Okay. So if you're looking for something like that and you're trying to if you're trying to find something, and get under contract with a new build or pre-owned or whatever, reach out to your realtor. Now, not all realtors are going to do the searches. That's not what they're looking for. Some people just say, okay, you go find the house and give me a call and I'll help you find, put it under contract. But I try to do the research. I try to find other options for you. And I try to make sure that what I'm finding you is valued good. It's got some good, got some good pricing and everything. And I want to make sure that you're finding a good house, So that's what us realtors are supposed to be doing. We're supposed to be searching out the houses for you and give you options. And I think there's a lot of realtors out there that aren't doing that. So my business and what I've been doing for 20 something years is finding the best deals I can find, finding all the opportunities out there so that you can take a look and compare. So if you're interested in wanting to search for houses and you say, okay, I want to look at this area, I want to look at that area, I want to see something under this price or that price or whatever, just, let me know when I can call you to get more details to make sure that I'm getting you the right stuff. Because when it all comes down to it, it's details. Details matter. And I need to know exactly what your specifics are so I can get you the right houses. I don't want you to get frustrated when you're looking at homes. And I don't want you to get all distracted because it's like all this stuff is just making you feel like, oh, this is just too much. I want to be able to get you the right homes at the right price. So let me know. This is Gina Garcia. Have a wonderful day and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.